Hi, hey everyone, Mystic Magic here, and welcome to another video. Okay, so this video has been a long time kind of, um, it's a bit of a, there were a lot of reasons why this video didn't come out until now, probably because I am re-recording it. I originally did do an unboxing video for this fursuit, and I do unboxing videos for all my fursuits just so that people can get an idea of you know, what it's like to get one, all that stuff. Also just as a recording for myself, just to be like, okay, this is, you know, what I have. And I like just sharing things about, you know, fursuits and all that stuff. I just like fursuits. That's just what I do. That's why I record them. Anyways, this fursuit, I did the original unboxing, but half of the footage got corrupted, so I couldn't use any of it. So I figured, let me just redo it. But I chose not to do it right away just because a friend of mine was getting a suit by the same maker. So I figured let's do the two kind of not only together, but also to see the differences that this maker has gone through in a year, which is huge. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and, so this fursuit, I've already worn the suit. I've owned the suit for almost a year now, actually. So, those of you who've met me at the meet, you've probably seen this suit before, but here she is. And this is Lilikoi, and this suit is made by Lily Moon Fursuits. Okay, she is a monokit. This is a pre-made that Lily posted. Lily posts a lot of pre-mades, and this was one of them, and really caught my eye, and I really wanted it. So there we go. This base, by the way, is by Kawani the Mono. A lot of people get the DVC bases for monokits, but I loved Kawani's, and I just want to mention Kawani's just because their bases are just amazing. And I just like the look of it. I liked it different than, I chose it over the DVC. So Dream Vision Creations, most monokits are made with that base, but I liked Kawani's version just because it has this kind of cutesy look, rounder look. And that's what I wanted for Lilikoi, a really rounded, cutesy sort of suit. I'm trying to catch all the colors here because there are so many colors on this suit. There is, I can't remember who the artist is, but the artist who created the design of this character. I'll also link them down below. I believe they changed their username, so but I'll link everyone who's involved with this suit just so you can see. And here's the eyes right here. Okay, and here it is. Here's the mouth with the teeth. All the teeth right here. Okay, you can see all the markings. You can see the markings underneath the hair fluff. The hair fluff wasn't part of the original design. I just wanted it because I think it looks great, even though it blocks this head marking. But if you push it to the side, you can see it. Just a silly fish. Yep. Their pronouns are she, they. Okay. So if you wanted to know. And then there's the mane in the back. Now this suit is a full suit. So let me just move the head over. I have all the parts in a box here. So I have suited with this suit a couple of times already. So here's the paws. And here you notice that this color's like these two colors are different than these two. Again, part of the design. Here's the paw. Oh, I forgot to show you the lining. Okay, it's not lined on the bottom, and there's a reason for that. I know some people will probably freak out and be like, oh, the whole thing should be lined. This actually, I prefer this now because it helps so much with cooling. The air goes through here because it's able to go through. And then this part here just keeps the stuffing in place. So, oh, and then this head, however, is fully lined. There we go. Let me just show that. Okay. You can see the printed material. It's like this nice, cool lycra. The mouth is also fully lined, but there's no tongue. Okay. We just put the head over to the side. Here's the tail. Now, this plastic is actually something I made. It's like a sock. It's inspired by a post that Lemon Brat posted. So if you check out, I think their Instagram, they have it. This is just to protect the tail. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get it so that the tail doesn't drag on the ground. So it actually drags here and here. So that's why I created this. I'm going to modify the suit to try to make sure it doesn't drag so much. Now here's the tail. You can see all the markings. And yes, they're completely asymmetrical. Like none of the spots are pretty much asymmetrical. Like on the top of the nose of the suit too, this is asymmetrical. Okay, here's the tail, the whole tail. I know this camera angle is not the best to show a whole suit, but and here's the tail. And then you notice there's a zipper here, but there's no straps. That's because this tail attaches directly to the bodysuit using this zipper method. Okay. All right, next I have, here's the other, here's the other hand paw. It also came with this, it also came with this bag, so you can store the head in. It doesn't fit the body, it's just the head. Right, next, let me see if I can get it out. I'm going to do the feet first just because that's a bit smaller. I'll throw the body over here. The feet are a little bit, excuse me, a bit dirty. Okay, but here are the feet. This is the digi feet. It's a digi design. Okay, and you can see this is the, it's kind of dirty, but this is shoe soling, right, which makes it really easy to walk in. The claws are already dirty. I need to get some like Folex or something to clean that out. Here are the legs right here. And if you notice, this is the padding right here. So it's built into this. And this is one of, I would say, Lily's signature things, is being able to do the padding inside the suit. You can zip attach the feet to the body, and you can adjust the stuffing right here. Okay, it just goes on like onto the suit. And both feet are the same. Okay, and then we have, here's the bodysuit. Okay, now here it is. Okay, so this is it without the feet. You would attach the feet here. Here are all the markings. So this is the thigh marking. If you check out my toy house, it actually has the full art of Lilikoi, because this suit is very, this suit has a lot of complicated markings. Okay, here's the rest of it right here. This is a front zip. By the way, you can kind of see it. If I bend it, you can see the zipper right here. Yep. It's a front zip type, but it's pretty smooth. You don't really see it. Okay, this makes it a lot easier to come in and out. The zipper is very high quality. It just zips no problem. Okay, hands are not attached. You just slip them on. Okay, but here it is. Now check out the back. This is where it gets stunning. Right here. Look at the back. So none of this is airbrushed. Absolutely zero of these markings are airbrushed. So if you're looking at it and going, oh, are they airbrushed? Nope. This is all sewn in. And you can see it right here. See all the stitching. Okay, which is incredible. And then right here, this is where the tail can go. You zip it on. So all the pieces are zipped. This fur is longer than the others, so it kind of gives a fluffy look. So yeah, so this is the whole bodysuit. Okay. Now let me just go ahead and bring in the head so you all can see the head. Okay. See, everything just matches. Everything is awesome. Okay, so that is the suit. Okay, you can look at all the details and stuff. I'm sorry for the lighting right now. It's raining and the lighting in this room is awful. So, but I hope you can kind of see some of the gradient colors that are on the suit. Okay, so let's go to the review part. And the review part to me was a little bit tricky because so at this point, I just want to give a quick background. At this point, when I got Lilikoi, I had three fursuit heads and one fursuit body. Okay. If you've seen my old kimono, which by the way, I'm going to be doing a new video of that one for a lot of reasons, because my opinion has changed for that suit. This suit was my second one. So this is my second suit. I've had suits before. I know what suits are like. I've worn a couple of them, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I know. At this point, I have more suits, more experience. Okay. So I'm kind of happy I'm doing a review now so that I can kind of give a little bit more inputs. Okay. And then the reason why I'm phrasing like this is I wouldn't, right now, if you look at all my reviews, a lot of them are like, oh, they're perfect. They're awesome. This suit, I wouldn't say it's perfect. Okay. When I got it, it had a couple issues. And I want to be transparent about it. This is a review. And I know Lily is cool with just us doing reviews like this. So with this suit, it had a couple problems. So the main problem is that in the head, I found quite a few pins. Okay. And this is something that I've talked to some of the other people who've purchased suits from Lily before, and that was an issue we noticed, that there are pins. Okay. So if you get a head, right, always check for pins. Like even if it's not this maker, other makers, just check, because you may never know. Okay, always check every nook and cranny, massage your suit, kind of just feel everything before you you really put it on. I didn't get poked by any of them. I was fine, but I did find a couple of them after I wore it for the first time. So that's just mistakes happen. Okay, mistakes happen. people are human, things happen, okay? It's easy to lose little things like that, okay? Considering how many times we lose little things in our everyday lives, right? So just be kind like that. So I did find pins in there. Another thing was the teeth were, but some of the top teeth were really loose, so I hot glued them back on, so they weren't super firmly on there. The bottom teeth are fine. It was the top teeth, so I just re-glued them on, and they're fine now. You can see that. Okay. Oh, one feature about the head I didn't point out. This is a pickable nose. Right there. She went through the extra effort of putting in a pickable nose. Another issue I had was, notice all these issues are from the head. It's just that, just know that this is nothing to do with Kawani, the base maker of this. It's more the installation, okay? So nothing to do with Kawani. Okay, these monokits already just have awful vision to begin with. I sometimes have to see through the mouth, but anyways, regardless, that's a design thing for monokits. Nothing against Kawani. This base is amazing. I love this shape. The mesh that was used, that Lily installed into the eyes, wasn't good. It had a problem where the inside was white and the outside was black. I requested it to be all black. I know the Lilikoi actually has a designed eye, but I want it all black because I like the look more. I just think it's cuter. It's more striking, I think. So the eye mesh wasn't good. So I went ahead, I had to actually go into the head, swap out the eyes completely. So these are my own eyes. This is Curlworks mesh, by the way. Their mesh is awesome if you want to look for Fursuit eye mesh. This is super clear. I went and swapped it out. The vision's so much better now. Okay, so I had to do that myself. Other than that, I found some pins in the feet. Okay, and those were like really stuck between the toes, like in areas where it was holding it to glue down. That's basically it. So problem-wise, it was mostly in the head, pins in the head, teeth, and the eyes. The feet just had a couple pins, which I pulled out. Those were pretty easy. No problem with that. Nothing in the bodysuit. I checked the bodysuit back and forth. No issues with the bodysuit. There was some loose thread, but it's whatever. Even when you buy a garment online or at the store, that happens. Like it's just extra thread. If anything, I want extra thread rather than not enough thread. Okay, so that's not a big deal. Hole-wise, I didn't see any holes in the markings. I did develop one later, but that's probably because after I wore it, popped out. But also, this is like crazy. Like this is so much stuff. And if you having to hand sew all of these markings, like that's more than fair. Like I understand if there's accidental little holes or it's not quite sealed enough. If you own a fursuit, I highly recommend learn how to sew. Just basic repairs. When you're moving around, it might just pop real quick. You know, that's not like, oh, the suit's falling apart or anything. No, that's just tiny little holes. This suit is not falling apart. Like this is so sturdy. And I walked around in this bodysuit. I wore the head for maybe about 2 hours, give or take, because I can only wear heads for so long. But the bodysuit, I wore this for a good 5 to 6 hours at a meet outside, okay, and no problems, okay. I don't roughhouse in my suits at all. I keep them, as you can tell, I keep them pretty clean, okay. So just like that's one thing I do want to mention. If you're gonna roughhouse in these suits, they are gonna get damaged. You are gonna have to fix them, okay. There's no questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, that's nothing to do with the maker. It's you being rough on it. Okay, and then the head, you know, that's basically some of the issues I had for the build. Oh, and there were a couple pins in the tail, but there were very few, and it was like one in like the base of the tail somewhere. Okay. The other thing I had, other problem was of course the dragging with the tail, but this tail is huge and massive and bulky. What I do like is that you can adjust the stuffing. There's a zipper hidden. Right here. Yep, right there. Okay, so again, I can just adjust the stuffing, and I went ahead and created this sock, which does add weight, but I think it's going to help with the other thing, with it getting dirty. I will mention I am modifying this suit a little bit, so those of you who aren't as crafty, you might be like, "Ooh, can I do this?" Definitely consult with the maker, see what they suggest. And there's a lot of tutorials out there for fursuits. I don't think I've had a quote-unquote perfect fursuit yet, where it's like I haven't had to tweak anything, except maybe Jared. He might be, although some of his parts I have to tweak just a wee bit to fit my taste. But just so you know, it's difficult to get a handmade product perfect, okay? One other thing I do want to mention, so the next part of the review is how was it like communicating with the maker. So commissioning and everything, that was great. Lily's super nice. She has a group chat and everything for all of the people who bought her suits, right? Can chat and all of these things. Everyone's super friendly on there, so no worries there. The only thing with Lily, I think the one thing she can definitely work on is, I know she gets tons of messages every day, but I feel that sometimes like a purchaser would mention something, and then sometimes it may or may not follow through. Okay, so I think that's something to work on. Okay, like if there's a tweak that needs to be done or something like that, that needs to be communicated a little bit better. Okay, and this is usually detail stuff, like nuanced detail stuff. Okay, having said that, my previous experience with my first full fursuit, that maker also had some moments where I suggested something, but it didn't come through. And I'll mention that in my updated review for that maker. So I just want to mention that sometimes makers get really busy, but at the same time, if it's a really serious issue, bring it up. Okay, like don't like wait too long and all of that. Okay, but also be realistic. Okay, there's certain things about suits that they can't do. Certain suits aren't magic. But just that is one thing I do comment to Lily. Those are kind of my suggestions for improvement, is making sure you check for the pins better, making sure that the eye vision on the eyes are perfectly glued on, better glued on, make sure the teeth are glued on. So any of the glued stuff, make sure that's better. Communication, and pins, right? Those are kind of my main critiques here. Okay, so I wouldn't say Lilikoi is a perfect suit. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Okay, there's a couple of things about it that I feel like could have been fixed, and they're pretty simple. You know what? I'm gonna probably lean towards like a 7.5, because, and I'm gonna go now into the positives. Okay, the positives of the suit, which are probably more than the negatives. Okay, the negatives, these are things that Lily definitely needs to work on as a maker, and I wish her the absolute best as she continues the making journey. But I will give like a little bit more detail on that in a second here, because I have this suit right here with me. So this is my friend's suit, so I'm borrowing her head. Okay, so this suit was made recently. This is a very recent suit. As I'm talking about it, we literally literally got this suit a couple days ago. Okay, so Lily finished this very recently. So this is like a year ago. This is a year later. Okay, and this is completely different. So Kawani's base, I'm not going to compare bases just because this is Lily's own base versus a other maker's base. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Talking too much. Okay, so this is her suit. Okay, this is a kimono style otter. Okay. Now this is also a full suit. I just don't have room to have the full suit here because this is focused on Lilikoi. But I'm going to go ahead and mention as a suit. So this is Echo, the otter. Okay, now comparison between the two. Eye mesh, obviously way better. This is the dye sub eye, super clear. Build quality, I feel like it's a lot sturdier. Like these ears are not going anywhere. Same thing with Lilikoi's. Lilikoi's ears are just really on there, but this feels even more on there than Lilikoi. Pins, we only found one, which is amazing. It was like one like here, and that's it. I looked through the whole suit. We both massaged through the suit. One, which is pretty big improvement over Lilikoi. Okay, bodysuit markings, incredible. The zip-on features. So the zip-on digi on this suit compared to Lilikoi, we couldn't even find where the zips were. Right, we had to dig for them because the digi now is so seamless. Okay, so between the two, again, a year difference in improvement. This is hugely improved, right? I would say if Lilikoi was made now with what improvements I see in this one, it would boost Lilikoi to pretty much a 9.5, like, or maybe even, maybe a 9.5, maybe even higher, okay? Because the improvements in this suit is massive, okay? Like huge. This is just the regular Lycra now, which is fine. I think it's actually a nicer than the custom print one. It's the same, whatever. Not like you see it. This suit does have one flaw, which is this this line, the lining right here, it doesn't go all the way, and this one, there's a little bit of a gap right here. You can see it, but other than that, that to me is very minor, because pretty much everything else was nailed. Okay, the shave is good. Everything else is like fantastic. So to me, this is like huge improvement. Like this is a big jump, and this has only been, I don't even think it's been a year. I think it's maybe a little less than a year, because Lilikoi is like early mid last year, and then this was like early this year technically finished. So just so you know, the improvements are big, just between two suits, okay, within just a year. So massive improvement, and that's one thing we're always striving for, is more and more improvements. Okay, so final thoughts are my next thoughts are gonna be the positives, like where this maker really shines, and this maker shines with the markings and the bodysuit. Okay, like you can already tell with Lilikoi, right, that the markings here are insane. This is actually two colors right here. You can see shading, and none of this is airbrushed. None of this, all of this was like hand sewn markings, which is insane. Echo also has a lot of hand sewn markings as well. So that's one thing Lily really, really shines at, is if you're looking for a maker who can do a very complicated marking on a bodysuit, this is the maker that can do it. Like this is insane. When I talked to her about making Lilikoi, I even said like, hey, you can simplify some of it. It's crazy. These markings are insane. Like, look at this. This is insane. It reminds me of those like spray painted shirts, actually, the way it's designed. And she was like, no, well, I'm going to simplify some of it, but I'm going to keep as much of it as possible. And that's like, Lily just nailed it. Okay. The digi shape of this is so nice. Like compared to my old kimono, this is so much easier to walk in. And I've also worn Echo as well, because my friend and I are the same size. So we're able to wear each other's suits. The movement in that one is just as good as Lilikoi's, actually even better. The digi shape is even better with Echo's compared to Lilikoi. The digi shape is seamless. Okay. These zip-on features, being able to zip on the tail and zip on the feet, makes wearing this suit one of the easiest, probably my easiest suit to put on. I don't have to put multiple pieces on. I don't have to worry about it sliding. Stays in place. Okay, really easy. You just put on the bodysuit, put on the head, put on the head, hands and feet. Hands. I don't even have to put on the feet because it's attached. So bodysuit, head, hands, done. You can put this suit on in like less than 10 minutes. That's how easy it is. Okay, so, and the digi shape, seamless. So good. Okay, the tails, intricate tails as well, being able to do really complicated tails. Right. So that's definitely where Lily Moon shines, is these bodysuits. Okay, I would give, like, if I give the head, Lilikoi's head, like maybe a 7 due to some of the issues, the bodysuit, it's like perfect. This is one of the best bodysuits ever. Okay, and I've tried other bodysuits before. Okay, so it's not like, oh, you're just saying it because whatever. No, it's hard to make a good bodysuit like this, and it's hard to make it easy to put on. Okay, because I've tried other bodysuits before. This is easy. Okay, so that's basically my review for this. I am gonna write a fursuit review version of this. This is just the video version. So to make this all kind of just to summarize everything, there are issues. Lily does need to work on things, and I wish her all the best in her fursuit making journey as she improves. I can see the improvements here with this suit, this girl here. Okay, so I definitely see improvements. I do have more improvements, aka pins, communication, and just making sure glued features stay on. And then the pros are bodysuit, very friendly, very accommodating. If you need like certain things, like she's more than willing to kind of accommodate for body sizes, for example. Marking game is top notch. These are insane markings. Okay. So that's what I say were the positives. Okay. So would I recommend this maker? Yes, if you're looking for the bodysuit. Okay. Heads right now, I feel like that's kind of where Lily needs to work on, is the heads. Her hand paws and her tails and her bodies are fantastic. I would say these are like the top, right? And I'm pretty sure Lily would be willing to match with another head if you just want the parts. It's just matching furs. That's the hard part. So that's just my, that's what I would recommend at this point for this maker. Okay, so makers change. Lily's a relatively new maker. There's a lot of years of growth that could happen. Okay, so that's my review of this. Okay. I want to give the positives and the negatives. I don't want to seem like, oh, I'm just being positive about everything. No. If there's an issue, I mention it. And I mentioned the ones that I have here. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It's a little bit longer of a video. I'm getting winded just by talking about this suit. If you see me in this suit, you know, feel free to say hi. I do have stickers for this suit now. So if you ask nicely, I'll go ahead and give you a sticker. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna try to post more about these two suits if I can. I gotta have these two suits together. And one thing we were talking about is potentially Frankensteining the feet of Echo onto this one. We'll see what happens. I don't know. It might work. We'll see. But yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that this kind of gives you a little bit more insight on how suits work. Remember, suits are handmade items. They are not perfect. None of the suits I would say I own are 100% perfect. There's always little things I have to change. It's just understand that they are not perfect. Okay? I've seen so many complaints, and it's things like they were too rough on the suit, and it's, I don't know. There's things, okay? And always communicate anytime you have an issue. All right? It's worth it to ask not just makers, but people who've owned suits from a particular maker before you commission them, okay? It's good to just ask. All right. Again, I'll see you guys in the next video. And I'm just closing off. Bye.